Yo, hello again everybody. In this video I'm going to explain what the dtype is in NumPy. Dtype, it's a keyword argument. It tells NumPy the kind of values that you're going to store in an array. If you don't set the dtype, NumPy guesses the best data type based on your data. By manually setting the dtype, it improves performance and is more memory efficient, especially when working with larger datasets. Here are a few of the more beginner-friendly data types for NumPy. We have integers, int 8 through int 64. The number after int represents the number of bits allocated to store that number. The higher the number, the more memory that's used. We have floats, float 16 through float 64, booleans, strings, and objects. You'll want to be cautious with objects. More on that later. Let's go over a few examples. After importing NumPy as np, we will create an array. Array equals a NumPy array with just a few digits. How about the numbers 1 through 5? Now I will print my array. You can get the dtype, that's a property, access my array, then access the dtype. The dtype of my array is int64. If you don't specify a dtype explicitly, NumPy is going to guess what the best data type will be. We're using 64 bits to hold each number. Then to display the number of bytes that your array uses, I'm going to use an f-string. I'll add a placeholder, but I will take my array, access n bytes for the number of bytes, and I will display the word bytes. My array, it uses 40 bytes. The dtype is int64. 8 bits is 1 byte. 8 bytes times 5 elements, that's 40. If I were to add another, 6, I bet the number of bytes is going to be 48. Which it is. To manually set the dtype to something else, we'll pass in a keyword argument when we create an array. We will set the dtype equal to access NumPy, then choose a new data type. Instead of using int64, we'll use int32, which uses up 32 bits instead of 64 bits. So now the dtype is int32, and my array is using 20 bytes rather than 40. Since we only have 5 elements, it's not going to make too much of a difference. But imagine if you had like 1 million elements. Reducing the amount of memory by half is great then. Or we could use int16 for 16 bits. Now our array is 10 bytes, or even int8. Now our array takes up 5 bytes. Be careful though, because you can only store a number so big. Depending on the number of bits that you're using, there is a maximum size. int8 is very small. We can only store a number up to 127. Just to demonstrate, we'll change some of these numbers around. 126, 127, 128. We have an overflow error. Python integer 128 is out of bounds for int8. Anything 128 or above is too big, because that uses more than 8 bits. But int16 would work. Let's change that to int16. That appears to be enough space. Here's a little chart on the screen to display the minimum and maximum values that each of these integer data types can hold. The higher the bit number, the more memory you're going to use. Let's change these numbers back to 1 through 5. Let's explore floating point numbers. I'll set the dtype to be float64. Here are my floating point numbers. Each of them has a decimal point afterwards. The type is float64. We're using 64 bits for each number. And my total array is using up 40 bytes. Here's float32. We're using 20 bytes. We still have a bunch of floating point numbers. And float16. And we're using 10 bytes. Now for booleans, the data type is going to be bool, then an underscore. If you don't include that underscore, that's a Python boolean. But bool with an underscore afterwards, that's a NumPy boolean. So my numbers converted to boolean would give me all true values. So anything that's non-zero, when converted to a boolean, it's going to be true. If I were to add a 0, that's going to be false. Any non-zero number converted to a boolean is true. Then we have strings, which is str underscore. My numbers are now converted to strings. In the dtype, it's actually little endian, U for Unicode, and then 1. This data type, it's for a fixed length Unicode string. The length of these numbers is 1 character. If these were 2 characters, I'll just add some zeros to the end of each number. Well, then the number of characters is 2. Let's change that back. Basically, NumPy will promote this generic string type into a fixed size Unicode string. Rather than numbers, I'll put some strings within here. Apple, orange, banana. For the data type of my fixed length Unicode string, the number of characters allowed is 6. It's based on which element uses the most amount of characters, which would be banana. Well, I guess orange has 6 characters too. But apple only has 5. You could explicitly set the dtype to a fixed length Unicode string to limit the amount of characters. As a string, you would type less than U, then let's say 4 characters. Here's what's within my array now. Any characters beyond 4 get truncated. We have apple, orange, banana. That's how you can limit the number of characters in a string within a NumPy array. And then we have objects. That would be object underscore. So be cautious when working with objects. Operations fall back to Python, not NumPy's optimized C code. We lose those speed advantages when working with Python objects. So this does allow you to mix and match data types. Like I'll put true within here, I'll put a string, and then a floating point number. You can mix and match data types, but you do lose your NumPy speed boost. Creating a NumPy array of objects could be necessary when working with custom classes, datetime objects, or you're planning on converting it to pandas later. Now, if you want to convert from one data type to another after already creating your array, you can call the asType function. Currently, I have an array of integers. I'll convert them to be floating point numbers. We're going to reassign our array. Take our array, then call the asType function, then pass in a new data type. I'll convert my integers to be float 16. And here's what we have now. We have floating point numbers, the data type is float 16, and we're using 10 bytes. Or if these are originally floating point numbers, let's say 1.1, 2.2, 3.3, 4.4, 5.5. I'm going to delete that temporarily. We have some floating point numbers, float 64, but let's convert them to be integers. Array.asType, pass in a new type, int 16. So that decimal portion gets truncated. The data type is int 16, and we're using up 10 bytes. Alright everybody, that is dtype in NumPy. Passing in a keyword argument of dtype tells NumPy what's going to be stored within this array, what's their data type, and using the asType function, you can always convert it to another data type later. And well everybody, that is the dtype keyword argument in NumPy.